Django is a high-level Python web framework that encourages rapid development and clean, pragmatic design. It is designed to help developers take applications from concept to completion as swiftly as possible. Built by experienced developers, it takes care of much of the hassle of web development, handling many of the common tasks that developers face. So you can focus on writing your app without needing to reinvent the wheel. This allows you to concentrate on the unique aspects of your project. At its core, Django is a model view controller (MVC) framework, which helps in organizing your code in a clean and efficient manner. But it often gets referred to as a model view template (MVT) framework. This slight variation emphasizes Django's unique approach to handling templates. Django aims to make the process of developing complex database-driven websites as simple and efficient as possible. It streamlines many of the common tasks associated with web development. One of Django's key strengths is its batteries-included philosophy. This means it comes with a lot of built-in features that you can use right away. It provides a wealth of built-in features and components right out of the box, saving you time and effort, including an ORM, object relational mapper, a templating engine, a URL dispatcher, and much more. These tools help you build robust applications quickly. Whether you're building a simple blog, a robust e-commerce platform, or a social networking site, or a complex web application, Django provides the tools and flexibility you need to get the job done efficiently and effectively. With Django, you can be confident that your project will be scalable, secure, and maintainable, making it a great choice for developers of all levels. Before diving into the exciting world of Django development, you need to set up your environment properly. First things first, make sure you have Python installed on your system. Python is the backbone of Django. Django is a Python framework, so having Python is non-negotiable. Without it, Django simply won't work. You can download the latest version of Python from the official Python website. It's straightforward and user-friendly. Once you have Python up and running, installing Django is a breeze. The process is quick and efficient. Open your terminal or command prompt and type in the command. Pip is Python's package installer, and it will handle downloading and installing Django and its dependencies for you. It's a powerful tool. After Django is installed, you can verify the installation by typing another command. This should display the version of Django you just installed. Seeing this confirms a successful installation. Now you're ready to create your first Django project. This is where the fun begins. Navigate to the directory where you want to create your project and run the command. Replace My Project with your desired project name. Choose a name that reflects your project's purpose. Django follows the Model View Template (MVT) architectural pattern, which promotes a clear separation of concerns and makes your code more organized and maintainable. This pattern helps in managing the complexity of web applications. Let's break down these components in detail. Models are the heart of your Django application. They define the structure of your data and how it's stored in the database. In essence, a model is a Python class that represents a database table. It includes fields and behaviors of the data you're storing. Views act as intermediaries between the models and templates. They retrieve data from the models, process it if necessary, and pass it on to the templates for rendering. This ensures that the data is presented in a user-friendly format. Templates are responsible for the presentation layer of your Django application. They define the structure and layout of your web pages, using a mix of HTML and Django's templating language. This allows for dynamic content to be displayed. This separation of concerns makes your code more modular and easier to maintain, ultimately leading to a more efficient development process. In Django, URLs are not directly mapped to specific files on your server like in some other web frameworks. Instead, Django uses a flexible URL dispatcher that maps URL patterns to views. This means you can define clean, elegant URLs that are easy for users to understand and remember. The URL dispatcher is essentially a set of rules defined in a file named. Each rule maps a URL pattern to a specific view function. When a user requests a URL, Django checks the file and calls the corresponding view function associated with that URL pattern. The URL dispatcher gives you great flexibility in designing your application's URL structure. Section 5. Creating your first Django app. A Django project can be divided into multiple apps, each responsible for a specific aspect of your project. For example, you might have a blog app, a store app, or a user authentication app. This modularity makes your project more organized and easier to manage. To create a new Django app, navigate to your project directory in the terminal and run the command. Replace My App with your desired app name. This will create a new directory for your app with some basic files already in place. Once you've created your app, you need to tell Django to include it in your project. Open your project's file and add the name of your app to the list. Section 6. Defining models in Django. Models are the backbone of your Django app, representing the structure of your data and how it's stored in the database. Defining models in Django is remarkably straightforward. Each model is a Python class that inherits from. Within the model class, you define attributes as class variables. Each attribute corresponds to a column in the database table. Django provides various field types, such as a and more, each with its own set of options, and validation rules. For example, let's say you're building a blog app and want to create a model for storing blog posts. Your model might look something like this from Django.db import models, class post models.model, title =models.char field max underscore, length =200, content =models.text field, pub underscore date =models.date time field, auto underscore now underscore add =true. Now, Section 7. Working with views and templates. Views are the workhorses of your Django app, responsible for handling user requests, interacting with models, and rendering templates. A view function takes an HTTP request as input and returns an HTTP response. This response can be as simple as a string of text or as complex as a fully rendered HTML page. Let's create a simple view function that retrieves all blog posts from the database and renders them in a template. From Django.shortcuts import render from models import post def post list request posts =post.objects.org return render request quote blog /post underscore list .html quote comma posts. Section 8. Django's Object Relational Mapper, or ORM. Django's ORM is a powerful tool that simplifies database interactions. It allows you to interact with your database using Python objects instead of writing raw SQL queries. This abstraction makes your code more readable, maintainable, and less prone to errors. With Django's ORM, you can perform common database operations such as creating, retrieving, updating, and deleting data using simple, intuitive methods. For example, to retrieve all posts from the database, you would simply use. The ORM also provides features like relationships between models, one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many, database migrations, and more. Section 9. The Django Admin Interface. One of Django's most celebrated features is its built-in admin interface. It provides a convenient and user-friendly way to manage your application's data directly from the browser. The admin interface is automatically generated based on your model definitions, saving you a significant amount of time and effort. To access the admin interface, you need to create a super user account. Navigate to your project directory in the terminal and run the command. You'll be prompted to enter a username, email address, and password for the super user account. Once you have a super user account, you can log into the admin interface by going to in your browser. The admin interface is highly customizable. Section 10. Django's Template Language. Django's template language is designed to be easy to learn and use, even for designers who are not familiar with Python. It allows you to create dynamic HTML pages by embedding variables, control flow statements, and reusable template tags. Templates are essentially HTML files with special syntax for incorporating dynamic content. You can use double curly braces to display the value of a variable passed from the view, and you can use tags for control flow statements like if, for, and else. Django also provides a wide range of built-in template tags and filters that you can use to perform common tasks. Section 11. Conclusion. Django is a powerful and versatile web framework that empowers developers to build complex web applications with speed and efficiency. Its model view template structure, URL dispatcher, ORM, admin interface, and template language all work together seamlessly to provide a robust and developer-friendly environment. From the initial setup to deploying your application, Django streamlines the development process, allowing you to focus on building the core functionality of your app without getting bogged down by repetitive tasks. Whether you're a seasoned developer or just starting your web development journey, Django is an excellent choice for building web applications of all shapes and sizes.